it's Reagan, and today I'm wearing a dress with like some intense sleeve action going on. Today I thought it'd be fun to film kind of a non-book related but sort of book related video and do a Q&A. I haven't done a Q&A since last year, and when I did it, it was pretty popular, so I thought I would revisit it and do one for you right now. So basically I just asked on Twitter for people to ask me questions using the hashtag AskPeruseProject, so now we're gonna trickle through those and see what we got. So the first question is a book related question, and it's by Clary the Demigod, and she asks, would you rather marry a random book character or go on a date with just one book character of your choice? So for this, I think it's pretty obvious that I would rather just go on one date with the book character of choice, because I don't want to accidentally marry like Voldemort or something. I would like to have the choice, please and thank you. And I think that book character of choice would have to be someone like, well, Arendelle or Harry Potter. Probably Harry Potter, just because I want to know more about the Wizarding World. It wouldn't so much be like a date, it would be more like me interrogating Harry Potter to find out about Hogwarts. The next question I have to answer is from Lisa, and she's asked me, what am I majoring in college? So I'm currently pursuing 2 degrees in 2 different colleges within my university. I'm getting a Bachelor of Arts in History and a Bachelor of Science in Advertising. Yes, it's a lot of schoolwork. Yes, I don't have a lot of time for anything besides school, and yes, I love them both. And to go along with this question, the Biblio Geek asked me, what do I plan on doing with my degrees? So basically I'm pursuing my history degree because I love history, but I don't really plan on pursuing history as a career or through academia. But I also have an advertising degree, which I do want to pursue either in a marketing track. I really like market research, market analytics, branding, digital marketing, things along those lines. So hopefully I'll get a job. The mystery reader asked, what's my most anticipated book of next year? This is a super hard question because there's quite a few. I would say probably Rick Riordan's new Percy Jackson book that got announced recently that's gonna come out next year. I'm also really anticipating Laini Taylor's new series that's coming out next year. And lastly, the new illustrated edition of Chamber of Secrets that Scholastic is also going to put out next year. The new Thread of Glass book, there's just so many, it's hard for me to just name one, but those are a few that I am dying to get my hands on. Pseudo Styles asked me, how do I get out of a reading slump? So this is kind of an odd thing for me. I feel like I've never really been in a quote-unquote reading slump. I guess it's probably because I don't really label my shifts in mood as like a negative thing. Sometimes I honestly just don't feel like reading, and so I'm not going to read for like a week and a half, and I'm just going to do what I feel like doing, and I'm not going to stress about it because there's enough in life to stress about. So maybe that's why I guess sometimes I'm technically in slumps, but I don't treat them as such, and I just kind of live my life how I want to. But that also being said, those moods where I don't feel like reading never really last very long. Usually it's the book I'm reading or something, so I guess my simple advice would be to revisit a book that you know you already love, or to just keep digging through your shelves to find something that captures your attention, because I bet you will like it and it'll get you out of your non-reading mood. Generally speaking, for me, when I'm kind of in a non-reading mood, I wait around until a book really sparks my interest, and then I'll pick that up, and I'm normally right back in the swing of things. In Cold Lid asked me, what is my favorite winter drink? See, I'm kind of like, I like the classics when it comes to this. I really love hot chocolate from Starbucks. I am basic in that way. I'm never displeased with a delicious cup of just some hot cocoa, some hot cacao. But I also really like the new like graham cracker latte from Starbucks. I'm not really that big into pumpkin spice, but the graham cracker one is freaking delicious. Best 5 SOS Rebel asked me, what is my current favorite song? And it's obviously Hello by Adele. If you didn't know, if you're one of the like 9 people in the world who have not heard of that song, that is who it is, and that's what it's called. So Kitty asked me, how do I manage reading while going to school? Honestly, it is a balancing act. I actually made a video on this topic of how to read more in college, which I'll link down below for you guys. But basically, it's all about knowing your limits, for one thing. Don't try to pressure yourself into doing something. Reading for me is always a fun activity, and I never want it to feel like a chore. That being said, I really do follow schedules. Like, I really try to just make time for it in my schedule. reading before bed, between odd breaks in class days. I'll try to read. On the weekends, especially, is when I get a lot of my reading done. I would just say it's all about scheduling. School can be overwhelming, but if you like get things done in an orderly way, you can make time for a lot more than you think. Abamil asks, how do you get into fantasy books? Well, my friends, pick one up and read it. That's really my best advice. I don't know. I love fantasy. I just have to read it to love it, so just read it, and I bet you'll love it. Someone asked me annotations in books, yay or nay. For me, I don't really care if people write in books, but personally, it's just something that I have never been very fond of. I will say highlighting, does that count? Like for school books, I like to highlight and underline stuff that I find important. It's especially useful when going back and writing a paper. I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. I'll talk about that. But in terms of like writing in the margins is something that I never liked doing. And when we had to do an English class, I found it to not be very helpful for me. I like taking like additional side notes, but not in the book itself. But I mean, like, people can do what they want. It's their property, just don't do it in library books, okay? That's just rude. Marina asked me, does the fact that people who don't speak English as their first language watch your videos excite you? And yes, I think it's insane for me to think that my little videos that I make are watched by people all over the world. When I was in Austria over the summer, a viewer walked up and said hi to me and my mind was literally blown. I was like, you watch my video? Like, I was like, how is this even possible? The power of the internet, people, never ceases to amaze me. But yeah, I think it's freaking awesome. In fact, like, I think it's beyond awesome. I think it's amazing. I think it's so cool, and that you're also cool. Also, America's cool too. I'm not saying America's not cool. I just think everyone's cool. And I love that we can have like a cross-cultural exchange of thoughts on the internet. And the last question I'm going to answer is, what is my favorite character from a book I have recently read? And that is a tricky one, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Baz from Carry On. Baz is just a hilarious, witty character that was just made this book so entertaining. Rainbow Rowell can make some great characters, and you could clearly see that in her new novel, Carry On, so. Alrighty guys, that is my Q&A. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below if these type of videos are something you guys are interested in. Anyway, I will see you guys soon with another video soon. Goodbye!